The United Nations is warning Nigeria for the second time within 1 month that over 82 million Nigerians may be at risk of severe food shortages. This prediction came at a time where Nigeria is experiencing hunger, inflation, and food shortage in the country. But before we go into the details of that, Chief Dan Nwanyango, the national leader or the national president of the Zenith Labour Party, has come out to say that regarding the Nnamdi Kanu issue, that the federal government is keeping Nnamdi Kanu because of their ancient hatred for the people of the southeastern Nigeria or for the people of Igbos. Take a listen.
You are aware of the activities of terrorists in this country. You are aware of persons who have been negotiating with terrorists without the brief of government. And they see these terrorists all the time. You are aware of those who found themselves in the same agitation Nnamdi Kanu was involved in. Today, everybody is free, walking freely on the street. Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. The Igbo president, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyawo, has called for him to be handed over to him. Sam Bazuli came before he passed on. He also called for the boy to be released to him. A lot of people have spoken during Buhari. But President Buhari, due to ancient hatred, decided to keep him and castrate him. Recently, the 5 governors came together for the first time after a long time to call for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. I don't know what he did that he should still be there when others are out of prison, out of detention. He merely agitated like others. They had to hijack him in Kenya and brought him here. But the truth still remains that ever since he has been in there, he has denounced all the insecurities, activities that were imported into the Southeast just to make that place uncomfortable. And little thing, it will be attacked to his ipob. When the prison was attacked, they said it was ipob. We came first to say no, because all the names involved in those activities at that time were not from that part of the country. So what happened? They had to start recruiting locals, Ochans, people without education, without skill. They are now the one doing the operation for them. And then Nnamdi Kanu has said severally in court that, look, that he has no hand even in this. On Mondays in the East, there's no activity. So we are calling for the president to release him. But if you don't want to release him, bring him to Ego Square. Let's use him for barbecue. Let his enemies come and eat from it so that we can close this chapter. There is no reason why Nnamdi Kanu should still be in prison or in detention. See, first of all, I will not respond to the first one in detail because of the source you are quoting. You see, there are people that will talk in this country. I don't waste my time talking about them. The basis is because Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. There are other freedom fighters in Nigeria who were involved in even worse things, but are free today. Nnamdi Kanu was to be killed in his home. When he was on bail, he escaped. And that was the point the Supreme Court mentioned, that he did not join bail. Even his rendition is illegal and unconstitutional. So, if everybody that have been involved in the past are free on the streets, even Nigerians who meet terrorists on daily basis claiming to negotiate with them for some governments are free, and you don't term those people terrorists, why are you calling Nnamdi Kanu terrorists? Has he met any terrorists? You see, Nigeria is a very It's a society that things don't go the same way. Different strokes for different people. Nnamdi Kanu's case, I have said it. It was that ancient hatred by Buhari against the people of the Igbos. The Igbos. I'm not saying it because I'm Igbo. If it had affected other tribes, I would say it. And I'm not ashamed of saying it. President Buhari had ancient hatred against the Igbos. And that was why he incarcerated him. Others were free. Now we have another president who can see things better than President Buhari. And that's why we are calling on him to look at the issue passionately. And there's no basis for him to be there. For how many years? 4 or 5 years? And the trial is not going on. And who in the Southeast has come to plead for him, even during President Buhari? He was just smiling it off. We don't bother about him. We knew his position. But we have a new president. That's why we're saying he should be released. And if you don't want to release him, I added, if you don't want to release him, let's use him as barbecue in Ego Square. Let his haters come and take a pinch of his meat so that we can close that chapter perpetually.
Well, Chief Dan is not far from the truth when you correlate what he said with the present reality, with what is happening with our country. So I don't think in any circumstances that anyone will think twice before accusing the Nigerian government of holding Nnamdi Kanu because of the hatred they have for the Igbos. There is no doubt about that. So many people have confirmed what he just said. And time with that number, I have said something like this. Now, let us understand the message of the United Nations. You see, most of the time, United Nations contribute to the problem we are having in Africa. But sometimes, when they speak for a purpose. So it is not good for us to condemn them in totality. It is important for us also to understand what they are saying, sometimes about this current situation Nigeria is facing. Before, they warn that abject, hunger is coming into Nigeria, and so many people are going to die because of that hunger. And as I speak to you, so many people are dying of malnutrition and so on and so forth. Now they are speaking that 82 million Nigerians may be at risk of severe food shortages. Now the question is, the government, the APC government of Bola Tinubu, how are they prioritizing the agricultural activities? Because no one will tell me that they are prioritizing agriculture without tackling the terrorism and banditry that is making people not to go to farm. I listened to the United Nations representative, Jim, when he was talking about the importance of controlling pests and so on and so forth. He was beating around the bush. He did not hit the nail at the head. We know the problem, the reason why people are not going to farm, the reason why food scarcity is all around. So let me take this article from Shara Report that it reads, the Food and Agricultural Organization, an arm of the United Nations, has predicted that 82 million Nigerians, about 64% of the country's population, may go hungry by 2030. The prediction came in the wake of Nigerians experiencing severe hunger in the country. The United Nations called the government to tackle climate change, pest infestations, and other threats to agricultural productivity. Remove climate change, remove pests. Let us talk about other threats that face agricultural productivity, and that is banditry. Today, I published a video before this one, how the Yoruba elders and Afenifere, how they are crying out now that bandits have returned to their bushes. The vigilante, they are now telling government, give us power, give us authority to go to the bush and fish them out and chase them away out of our state. So if the government don't want to tackle this insecurity, we all will still be here talking like this next year. And the hunger that is coming next year because people are not planting this year, even all these people that call themselves Senate, House of Rep, that chamber will not contain them. People will chase them out of the chamber because they are not seeing what is happening or what is coming because of insecurity. Now, to the next paragraph, it reads, the resident humanitarian coordinator of Food and Agricultural Organization, represented by one of the UN officials, Toafik Bremo, made this known while speaking recently in a launch of Crop Watch in Abuja. He explained that technology could help expedite the accomplishment of sustainable development goals in food and agriculture. He said, the government of Nigeria, in collaboration with others, conducts an annual food security survey. This year's results are alarming. Approximately 22 million Nigerians will face food insecurity in 2024. and around 80 to 82 million are at risk of severe food insecurity by 2030. So they are seeing the future. Sometimes all these things is laughable. They are laughable, but let's come to reality. What they are saying is true, because there is no productivity going on as I speak to you in the country. It is at the barest minimum. And what do you expect than what they are predicting? Now, the next paragraph reads, Nigeria, like many countries, grapples with food insecurity, climate change, unreliable water patterns, pest infestation, and other threats to agricultural productivity. As an agrarian society, our farm sources directly impacts food availability for our population. Leveraging technology is crucial to strengthening our agriculture sector and ensuring food security. The satellite-based crop monitoring provides real-time data on crop condition, enabling farmers and policymakers to make informed decisions and optimize agricultural practices. Technology could help expedite the accomplishment of sustainable development goals in food and agriculture, he added. Well, you see, what he's saying, I'm not against what he's saying, but I don't like too much grammar. When you know the problem of something, when you know the problem of something, you are trying to speak too much grammar over it. It's very wrong. The problem is insecurity. Full stop. Forget about the climate change, this and that. Nigerians are not lazy. They will make sure that they will produce what they are going to eat. But the issue now is that they don't have money for ransom. And that is why so many people are crying. That is why so many people are agitating that this government don't care about what is going on. They don't want to fight insecurity because they are accomplices. So this is what is going on. Let me know what you think about these situations that is surrounding the Tinubu-led APC government.